Knowledge is power, or at least it's helpful information. Hi, I'm Esta Ryder, broker owner of Ryder Realty. I want to share my knowledge of almost 20 years as a realtor to teach you some very helpful information every buyer and seller might want to know. Aimed with this information, you should feel more comfortable in the process, have some of your questions answered in advance, and be ready to find your agent and successfully buy or sell a home. Thanks for joining us. Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about fall decorations. Now the date of this podcast is September 29th, so just kind of borderline of if you're putting out fall decorations or not. Okay seller, here we go. This is for you. I know you are excited, it's fall decoration time. I love that too. I do not like winter, I do not like the weather, I don't like the cold, but I do love fall, the changing leaves. The cooler temperature is pretty nice to have your windows up instead of the air conditioning on. And of course, my favorite time of year, probably even more than Christmas, is the initial setup of the fall decorations, the candles, the pumpkins, the colors, all the things that make fall. I love having in my house, especially the smell of the candles and the pumpkin and the spice and the apple. So I'm going to tell you how things work at my house. So you can kind of see how that can work when you're selling. So at my house, before we were married, 5 years without kids, it was all the fall stuff that you can think of. Picture walking into like a store with home decor and everything smells good and it's all the right colors. And then we had kids and then it was fine. Then the kids got a little bit older. We have 4 boys. And then my house wasn't decorated nice anymore. They would complain all the time. Where's the scary stuff? Where's the skeletons? Where's the whatever, eyeballs sticking on the wall? Whatever it might be. I'm like, guys, that's not how I decorate my house. I don't want to see that stuff. I don't want to feel scared in my own house. I want it to feel like being at a farm, right? Like nice fall pumpkin patch, the whole thing. That's boring. We want the skeletons. We want the spiders. We want all the things. Constant back and forth in my house. In fact, yesterday, my youngest son, who is 12, told me that he's tired of fall decorations. We don't even need to put them up anymore because he's like too old for the skeleton type scary stuff, but also just doesn't care about fall decorations. But here's what I'm going to tell you. How you decorate your own house when it's, any normal time of fall is fine. But when you're selling it, you have to look at it a little bit differently. So I'm going to tell you just a couple things to think about and look at when you're selling your house in the fall. Number 1, don't overdo it. I love pumpkins. I love all the things like I just said, but I can overdo it just like everyone else is prone to do. So you want to decorate the house, of course, because you want to enjoy it. You want it to feel welcoming to your buyers, but also less is more because you want them to remember your house and not remember your decor for the season. You want them to see things about your house and not try to look at your wall that's covered with pictures of apples and pumpkins. So yes, decorate. Just remember to be tasteful about it in terms of less is more. And then the second thing also is be tasteful. You have to remember that there are going to be lots of different people coming into your house. You don't want to have somebody come in with, a kindergartner who screams when they see a skeleton pop out as soon as you open the door. Or somebody who in our area, there's a lot of very conservative Amish and Mennonite families that might not want to see all of that decor, or they're not used to it, so it just looks ugly to them. That doesn't mean that you can't decorate with that stuff, because if you do, again, less is more. Just be mindful of the fact that not everyone is going to want to have the same decorations that my kids want. They might want to be more like me, or they might like all of the decorations, they just want it to be minimal. So that's the first point. The second thing is be mindful of smells. I love those smells. I think I've said it like 20 million times in this video. I love the smells of the apples, the spices, the candles, the pumpkins. Some people either don't like those smells or have, allergies that might make it strong. You don't want them leaving your house sneezing because you had way too many candles, potpourri, whatever, of the smells in your home, even though, let's be honest, those smells are amazing. I could have my house smell like that all year long. So just remember that even though it smells good, if you're selling your house, that might be the year to maybe not have some of those smelly items out, because it could, be a distraction or an allergy or whatever to a buyer coming into your house. And the third thing is be careful of breakables. Now I know not really so much at the fall, but at Christmas, my favorite decorations, the ones I'm always going to put out no matter what, are things that my kids made or bought us. So of course, when your kids are little, or now that we have a dog, I always put those on the bottom of the tree, and I said that wrong. I put the breakables on the top of the tree and the non-breakables on the bottom. The things that are special to me from the kids at the top of the tree, and one that I just bought for myself or whatever at the bottom. Well, the fall is kind of that same idea. If there is something special to you, it's a dish that it has leaves on it, or pumpkins, or a fall color that was your grandmother's that you put out, I would not put it out when you're selling your house, or at a bare minimum, put it up high enough that it's not going to be tempting for kids to touch it. Same with, if it's a decoration that your son made, that maybe, I know they have like the turkeys they make with their hands, and they put those on the wall. I still like to hang those up, and those would be something very special to me, even though there's not a monetary cost to those. So if I'm selling my house, I'm going to choose not to put those out. Not because I don't want to enjoy seeing them for that season, but I want to make sure they're there for the next fall when I'm in the new house. So those are some tips for fall decorations that will help you have your house decorated, but still keep everything safe and not be a distraction to your buyers and help you to sell your house. So that, buyers, is my tip for you today. Have more questions after today's episode? Please reach out. You can find our information in the show notes. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Have a blessed day.